Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswati Dev Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Nirvishesha Sunnava Paschata Deshata Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Adaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Mother Bhaswati Devi. So you are going to sing today. That will be great and express gratitude. Go for it.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all Guru to Srila Prabhupada. Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhuji, and to all the devotees. Prabhuji, should I can share the screen for the song?
Okay. Permission is given.
Okay, Prabhuji. So I'll sing chant the Jugalashtakam by Srila Jiva Goswami. So before chanting this beautiful, wonderful prayer, I'll just read the translation. Radha is made of pure love for Krishna, and Hari is made of pure love of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha is the treasure of Krishna, and Hari is the treasure of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha pervades the life force of Krishna, and Hari pervades the life force of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha is totally melted with Krishna, and Hari is totally melted with Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha is situated in the body of Krishna, and Hari is situated in the body of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha is fixed in the heart of Krishna, and Hari is fixed in the heart of Radha. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha wears cloth of blue color, and Hari wears cloth of yellow color. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Radha is the mistress of Vrindavana, and Krishna is the master of Vrindavana. Life's greatest wealth is Radha and Krishna, my eternal shelter. Hare Krishna. Krishna premamayi Radha, Radha premomayo Hari, Jibane nadhane nityam, Radha Krishna gatir mama, Krishna shadravinam Radha, Radha Yadavinam Hari, Jivane Nadhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, Krishna Pranumayi Radha, Radha Pranumayo Hari, Jivane Nadhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, Krishna Drabamayi Radha, Radha Drabamayo Hari, Jivane Nadhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, Krishna Gehe Sthita Radha, Radha Gehe Sthito Hari, Jivane Nadhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, Krishna Chitta Sthita Radha, Radha Chitta Sthita Hari, Jivane Nadhane Nityam, Radha Krishna Gatir Mama, नीलाम्बरधर राधा पीताम्बरो हरि जीवने न धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम वृन्दावनेश्वरी राधा कृष्णो वृन्दावनेश्वरा जीवने न धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम जीवने न धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम जीवने न धने नित्यम् राधा कृष्ण गतिर्मम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे जय प्रभुपाद प्रभुपाद जय प्रभुपाद निताय गौर हरि बोल निताय गौर हरि बोल Hari Bol to all the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for
Hare
giving
Krishna.
opportunity to express the gratitude to all the devotees, all Guru Vargas and Nitai Gauranga. So Prabhuji, I'm very indebted to my childhood deities, my Radha Krishna, Radha Govindo. On the back, this is my background picture, and I raised seeing them from my childhood. So, and I would like to express my gratitude to my auntie. She is actually who is my first Shiksha Guru. Taught me about that Krishna is our supreme Lord. He is our supreme father for the whole family. So that way, from childhood, I know Krishna is our supreme father. And after coming United States, I am with the ISKCON Tampa devotees. I able to get association with ISKCON Tampa, and by then on, my journey for last 5 years going on with all your blessings. And I'm very much indebted to you, Prabhuji, for guiding me continuously with different classes, guiding me, encouraging me to be in the path of bhakti. I'm very grateful to you with your association, and I hopefully will get this association as long as I live in this art. And and also Prabhuji, I'm very much indebted to Srila Prabhupada for his books, for his Bani, for his chanting. Whenever I heard Srila Prabhupada is chanting, it's like a resonance creates in my brain about the vibration. And as Prabhupada says, this is a transcendental vibration. It's actually came from the spiritual world. It is not this material world. It's actually from the spiritual world. So which is very true. So that's why seeking blessings from Prabhupada, so that my chanting could should increase, and also should be in far better quality. So seeking blessings of all the devotees for that, and seeking blessings of all the Guru Varga, and also Guru and Gaurango. Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you so much. Back to you.
Thank you. Wonderful. You can take it down, this song. Let's see. Hare Krishna, Prabhus and Mothers. Thank you for coming forward. to celebrate this last part of Rasa, Pancha Rasa. And we have 42 and 43 and 44. No, 42 was depicted yesterday. So 43, 44. And 43, who's supposed to present it? Please forgive me. Let me check. I didn't check even. Mother Supriya Radhika is traveling. She is in the train, so she cannot join. Okay. 42, Binda Sundari Devi Dasi. She displayed that yesterday very nicely. 41 was Samjukta Devi Dasi. She is not feeling well, so next week. Let's see. So 43, Dr. Padmini Devi. You are here.
Yes, Prabhu, I'm here.
Okay, that's why. Probably you are saying yes, yes, but I could not hear. And Prahlad Prabhu, 44. Okay, so let us begin. And Prahlad Prabhu is not here, but he will be
I am here, Prabhu.
Oh, you are there. Okay. You have that calf is trying to open the door.
That is me, Prabhu.
Yeah. It's from long time. Nice. So let us offer our obeisances with pushpa at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada and recite the Mangalacharan together. Om Ajnanati Mirandhasa Gyenanjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namo Sri Chaitanya Vistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Padantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Juta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanitam Tam Sajivam Sadhaitam Sabodhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakha Nitangscha Namo Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhakti Vedanta Samini Tinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunnavadi Paschat Deshatarine Pancha Kalpataruvesha Kripa Sindhubhaya Patitanam Pavanebho Vaishnavebho Namo 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 Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gauratiše Namo He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanto Radha Kanto Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Bhakta Vihina Aparada Lakshe Siptascha Kamadhitaranga Madhe Kripa Maitam Saranam Prapanna Vrinde Namaste Charanaravindam Tavivasmi Najivami Taya Vina Iti Vignaya Devi Tannaya Mama Charanantikam Bhajami Radha Aravinda Netram Smarami Radha Madhur Smitasyam Vadami Radha Koruna Baradram Tato Mamanasti Goti Nakopi Kasturi Tilakam Lalata Patale Vakshastale Kostavam Nasagre Varamuktikam Karatale Kare Vinukankanam Sarvange Harichandanam Kante Cha Muktavali Gopasti Parivestita Gopala Churamani Vindaye Tulasi Devai Priyaye Kesavascha Vishnu Bhakti Vade Devi Satapati Namo Namo Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vindra Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. So far we have, hopefully, we all grasp some concept of Rati, Sthai Bhav, and Sthai Bhav mixes with other four bhavas. First is Vibhav. Vibhav has Vishayalamban, Ashrayalamban, then Uddipan. Then Anubhav, which require intelligent choice. Then Sattik Bhav, which is naturally comes in contact with pure goodness, which is not intentional. And then Sanchari Bhav, with what mood or stimulating factor that you serve with. All these samagri or ingredients, when it's mixes proportionately, then it's called rasham. So we discussed that, and we discuss about Santaras. As much required, you can always read more or get more side of it from from Chaitanya Charitamrita, famous book Ujjal Nilmani, but generally Ujjal Nilmani is about Madhur Rasa. Nectar of Devotion has very details. Jaiva Dharma. Chaitanya Charitamrita has also a lot. But if we have the structured, properly understood, then you can hear any and you can be part of that and you can grasp it. Nothing is like surprise. That is required. That is required. Also, we talked about each rasa with its component, with example. If I ask any one of you, can you say Santaras? You will jump in it. Yes, four Kumaras. One of the greatest example of Santaras is four Kumaras. And we see that four Kumaras were in Santa Bhakta. But then they also change. So Santarati not necessarily fixed. But nonetheless, we cannot deny Santarati. This is what Rupa Goswami Pada and Prabhupada, they all agreed. Or they are trying to tell us that Santarati, some Rasa Tattavid, means expert describing the Rasa, they may not agree that Santaras is actually eternal position or rasa that one can stay there. But Rupa Goswami Pad's logic was that without Santa, other rasa is not rising. Santa has to be accepted as existence. So in the Santarati, or Rasa, rasa means where you have three category. Now, before we go to Sekharas finishing and Vatsalya Rasa and Madhurjya Rasa, we should be fully aware that in the beginning of our life, how it is relevant. So I'm going to speak a few minutes on this, that in the beginning, when we join this spiritual journey, taking shelter of a senior Vaishnava as a disciple guru relationship. Then we have more Shiksha Guru, Prabhupada's guidance, Acharya's guidance, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's guidance. We focus on Brajananandan Krishna, where there is a Jugal Upasana or particular form or rasa that we are attracted to. We can relate when we see what Rupa Goswami talks about in the beginning. In the beginning of our journey, we can see there are three clear-cut stages. One is samanna, and then one is suddharati, you can say. One is samanna, and then one is satcha. Satcha means transparent. What happened here? Patit Taran Jagannath Das is requesting meeting summary with AI companion. Meeting summary use L technology, which may include third-party models.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, that was accident. That something popped up. I supposed to cancel it.
Okay. I was
Sorry,
thinking,
Prabhu,
like,
sorry.
what's going on?
No, because when I on my computer, suddenly I saw something, and I supposed to cancel it, but sensed.
That's okay.
Sorry, Prabhu.
So, first type of Sthai Bhav is Suddharati. Suddharati means neutral affection. Neutral affection means you are hearing about Krishna, you are hearing the pastimes of different devotees relating with Krishna, you are hearing about their fun, jokes, humors, the reciprocation, but you don't see fit in there. Or maybe you are developing desire, I want to be there like that. Okay. At least something happening. When with that greed you further progress, then you will see natural phenomenon will take place in your consciousness. For an example, you may have some general idea and you are chanting, you are progressing under Guru Vaishnava's guidance, and you come to a point where you don't feel any attraction to any particular rasa at all. I just want to be devotee. Why do I have to choose or pick? Or like you may feel like little pressure. You may feel like, I don't know, if I become a cow, what will happen? Will I really feel happy? Or should I have a human form like gopis or coward boys? Or maybe I'll just become a dirt in Vrindavan. I don't know. I'm tired of thinking. Or maybe I'm overexcited. Maybe I should take one form. Prabhus and mothers, these are speculation. It is not actually solid connection yet. These are speculation, to be honestly. But when you sincerely pray to serve, continue, and you have some degree of love, greed developing, you want to please the Lord. You want to really please the Lord. Even in Madhur Ras, you do not focus on joining the party, joining the Leela or Rasa. You rather stay like a neutral position. Where do I fit? Or should I supposed to fit somewhere in the pastime or just live like simple way? These are all correct. There's nothing wrong. Wherever you are. Or maybe you'll feel like I'm very peaceful. I see within me, there is a fearlessness, indestructibility of spiritual reality. I see that within me. I'm eternal. Why should I be afraid? So there is some satisfaction, some peaceful. Um, yes, neutrality can be further subdivided into general, transparent, or peaceful. Now, the point is why I'm making such a big issue, because in the beginning we will go through. And when you go through, or maybe you are already in it, you may feel like, am I going in a wrong trap, in a wrong road? Am I not doing something right? Or am I going in a right direction? How do you know? Who do I ask? Or maybe if I ask them, they will think, oh my God, is he or she trying to show off like I'm very advanced? So many hesitant or some kind of suspicion may arise in the heart. This is exactly happened to one sadhaka who was born outside Vrindavan, but betrothed, that girl was betrothed to a coward boy in Vrindavan. So there is two ways are participating in Krishna Lila. One is you take birth in gopis and also neighborhood country, like a small village, not country. Like they also have a marital exchange or something. It's also possible. Pull in the girls. They are also great devotees. They are born outskirt of Brindavan. What I meant to say outskirt means they do not participate in the Varnashram system. Vrindavan has a Daiva Varnashram. Daiva Varnashram, where Nanda Maharaj is Vaishya. Vaishya, there are 4 types of Vaishya, and he's one of the Vaishya, takes care of the cows. Not even talk, you don't see too much description of what kind of crop they're growing, Nanda Maharaj is going and checking what kind of paddy or wheat or what they want to grow. Not so much. It's just a part of Leela, but mostly cows, taking care of cows. So that's one type of Vaishya. There's one type of Vaishya also deals with finances. You will not see those. So when we say Vaishya, Vaishya doesn't mean all category of Vaishya. Nanda Maharaj was not dealing with finance. Sorry. I mean, possible, but I never heard any story. But definitely he has a goldsmith who is making jewelry for his family. That's name is there. And even when they need a lot of jewelry, and gold is like found automatically in a corner or somewhere in the house, as if like somebody just brought it in or It's like very mysterious. And Mother Yashoda makes a lot of jewelry for Krishna, and they give to goldsmith. Now, is the jewelry is a person also? Yes, they are all person actually. They want to serve Krishna by ringing the bell, just like Krishna was. Damodar month is coming in a couple weeks. One pastime we see that when Krishna was stealing butter from a cowherd girl, and that cowherd girl family, they keep a big bell on top of the butter pot. Means if Krishna comes, that bell will fall and there will be sound and they will know. But some or other Yogamaya arrangement, they just went outside to do something and Krishna just sneaked in. And as Krishna moved that bell aside and he started eating the butter. Of course, apparently stolen. But he's not taking it out. He's eating at the spot. Smart, I think. Krishna is very smart. That he's eating. Why carry outside to eat? Just eat and finish here. But the problem is that the bell started ringing. And bell started ringing and Krishna started talking with the bell. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you ringing the bell? He said, oh, I just come from the material world and this is my destiny. I'm glad that I could serve you, my Lord. He said, you're not serving, you're disturbing my honoring food. He said, my Lord, in the material world, when I was there, they used to always, before going inside the temple or coming outside or bringing the offering plate, and every time you would eat, we would ring bell, gong, 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 like this. Sound makes a sound while the Lord is eating. So that's how I was trained. I didn't know that it is not proper. Of course, everything is proper, but their conversation. Then Krishna finally accept. Okay, I understand. That's how you are trained. Now you are in Vrindavan, spiritual abode with me. You don't have to ring the bell when I'm eating stolen food. Now the bell had no clue what is stolen food before. It was a, honor or the village temple. They would bring the bogo. There is no stolen food was given to God. But Krishna is stealing. Well, is it stealing? So anyway, the bell understood. But then Krishna did it again. He started eating. Bell says, I'm sorry. I can't stop it. It's like a habit built up. So Krishna just went to the bell's mouth. Stop making noise. The bell is saying, trying to speak, but cannot speak because Krishna put his hand on his mouth. This is how we enter, Prabhus and mothers. Pulinda girls, she's also first-time comer. There is no record whether she was hearing through the Zoom classes or not. I have no idea. I never heard such thing. Zoom is like a new stuff for us. But it does say that she went through many, many lives to come to this perfection, where she was born in neighborhood of Vrindavan. Then she was betrothed to a boy for future wife, and eventually she entered into Vrindavan. But then there is a beautiful pastime, how she sees that mother and sister-in-law, they are sneakily going out, and she had no idea where they go every day. So one day she approached, said, can I come with you all? You all are whole day you talking about this boy. And I am feeling very deep attraction for this boy. Of course, this girl was a sadhaka, just like us. So then mother-in-law says, I dare never you ask this question or permission ever. Nobody should see that boy because it's dangerous. You will not be able to function in this world. It's sickening. So I warn you not to even think. Then every day she sees, newly wedded girl sees that sister-in-law and mother-in-law sneaking out every day. Then one day she said, how come you all are sneaking out every day to see Nanda Maharaj's son? Why can't I see? He said, that's it. No more talk. You have to stay here peaceful. If you want to be crazy, we don't want to see you crazy. So stay at home and don't even think of going. Of course, that doesn't mean that girl would stop. She sneakily went out. When the mother-in-law and sister-in-law went on the main road, she went in a sneaky backyard road, jungle road. And she saw a big grand road where Krishna and thousands of cowherd boys and millions of cows are being in a procession going to enter into forest and green field to eat and like that. As she was noticing, she was thinking like, how will I recognize, even though many life did the bhajan, but now not remembering that, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur gives this clue that that girl is thinking, I hid from my home, from my in-laws' home because they also left. I want to just have a look of Nanda Maharaj's son and go back before they come back, so they will not suspect me. But then, as she was entering in the jungle bushes to look at, sneak out the eyes and see if he's coming, then all of a sudden saw that, wow, huge procession, 1,000,000 people, cows and Krishna. But she never saw Krishna. Then she's just overwhelmed. Oh my God, this is a huge procession. The Nanda Maharaj's son will pass by. But I don't know how to recognize who is Nanda Maharaj's son. But I'm feeling very deep attraction. As I said, she was already practicing for a few lives before she came to this life. That at one point, she was like thinking, oh, I wish I could see this boy, Nanda Maharaj's son. Why the whole village, everybody talks, I want to see him, I want to see him. All of a sudden, he noticed the little calf just jump on her lap. And said, whoa, where do you come from? And she started talking to the calf. And then the calf was like making such a cuddling, affectionate nature she created that the girls started hugging the calf and talking, looking at the eyes. And then all of a sudden, Krishna just appeared. He said, excuse me, I was missing my calf and I saw that calf jumped in this jungle. So I just happened to pick up my calf. When Krishna touched her chin with the two fingers, lift up her face to look at him, she completely, first time, face to face, Krishna's reciprocation and Krishna's acceptance. This is called Vastu Siddhi. She completely got paralyzed. She did not want to move. She didn't know what to do, where she is from, what she's supposed to do. Completely forgot, lost. And that was the beginning and end. End of material life, beginning of new exploration of spiritual life. So, like this, many examples. Yeah? There is another example Sanatana Goswami Pad gives in Bhagavatam, where the Pulinda girls one Pulinda girls, she was surprised to see a young boy walking on the field in Vrindavan. And she said, I am married, but I'm so attracted to this boy. I don't know how he looks like in close proximity, but even from far, like I can't turn my face, even though I'm married. Who is this boy? And she was very much meditating. So she had good family life by Jogomaya's arrangement. Then all of a sudden, she next day she was thinking whole night she could not sleep properly, even though she didn't let husband or anybody know that she's going through a spiritual nightmare, not material, spiritual nightmare, because she's married, but she's fell in love with this young man who is so attractive. So next day, she also sneak out of the house and through the jungle, she's also looking from far. All of a sudden, she noticed, there is the boy. He's walking and he's going far. And then he saw that he stood up there for a while and then he left. And then when he was, when he left, she like tried to follow and sneak out to see which road is he going. What is his footprint? How is step going? Why is so unparalleled beauty, attraction? When she came nearby, she saw, well, there's a red dust from his feet fell. And Srila Prabhupada writes that just by touching these, she felt so attraction, more than husband-wife's intimacy or any other experience that she ever had. She was married, but she said, this is unparalleled happiness, incalculable. You cannot calculate how much happiness. So she's completely like instantly fell in love with Krishna. Said, I want to serve him. I want to be with him. I'll do anything to be with him. But she also had a moral obligation, so she felt bad. Then she went back to her house, but her mind is completely stolen by Krishna. Her heart is stolen by Krishna. Then she came next day when she finished her family business and came to this forest side. She was surprised that there is the boy again. And she started following from far distance. And then all of a sudden, this boy came in front of a big palace. And then there's a lady who is wiping his sweats. And this boy, this Pulinda girl, she is started praying to God. God, please, if there is anything I did good, please give me reward by giving me a birth right now, or make me like that lady so I can serve this young boy. She didn't know this is his mother, Joshoda. She didn't have any clue because she's outcast of Varnashram. She's Pulinda means they are like when something dies or people dies, they take care of those things. They live outskirt of the Varnashram village. So she prayed, I will do anything to get that position, just to serve him, just to be with him. But of course, days passed and she was crying. Then she left, she went away. But she started feeling a tremendous pain, desperate. This is required. Before you meet Krishna, you need to feel that. It's not an option. That will come. Either some of you are experiencing this or it will happen. You're just hearing it. Next day she comes from her house to that part of that village, Vrindavan. She saw that boy again. She said, I'm going to see what else he does. I don't care what people think. I know I'm married, but she ran. Then she saw that boy disappeared and then all of a sudden reappeared in a near playground. She's hearing all this commotion of the boys. She went there and said, yes, that boy is there. That boy is wrestling and playing kabaddi. And she was like, oh God, can you make a boy so I can be there? I want to please him. I want to serve him. I want to become a boy so I can just play right now. Why did I become a girl? It's useless. I want to. She was like desperate. She's devastated, crying now. Few days happening. This way, evening time happened. She went back. Next day, she said, I'm not going back home. I'm tired of going back. Prison. I want to be outside prison. Her prison experience means she wants to be free to serve Krishna. Nice definition of freedom from prison. Then she comes and comes and comes. And she goes, and from a far distance, she saw that boy again. She said, I'm going to just join. Whatever it is, boy, girl, I don't care. Nothing. Then she sneakily just coming closer. All of a sudden, she saw this boy entered in a bushes like a little kunja, like a graveyard, like it's like there's three types of kunja. There's a kunja, nikunja, nibriti kunja. So one kunja is like from outside you don't know what it is, but inside is like a mystery, nobody knows. So all of a sudden Krishna just went inside and she ran and jumped in that bush. He said, I'm going to die for him. That was the beginning of our Krishna's acceptance and end of material journey. What happened in that spot? After a few moments, she finally got back herself inside this beautiful group, you can say, forest group. She was surprised. That boy is sitting right there. And there is the most beautiful girl right there. And they're both looking at her. And there are so many other girls. Where did she come from? And she's like shocked. But she already made decision she is not going to go back. She didn't know this is Radharani and Krishna. And Radharani said to Lalita Devi and Rupamanya, get her trained to be, let her be with us. And she entered into that group for eternal life. Never know what is her husband, family, or anything ever. So this is a very good journey. But prepare Prabhu and Mother. You ever wonder? Yes, we are now in a group, but ultimately you are on your own. You are flying your own flight, Prabhupada says. With that note, let us begin with the last two chapters, 43 and 44. Dr. Padmini Devi, please give us some nourishment. Is that clear? Everybody understood what will happen to the journey? You all are on the sojourn. It's beautiful.
Absolutely. Absolutely wonderful. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So, Dr. Padmini, please.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, I want screen sharing if you like.
Sure. Any reflection from this preparation? What you
Which
heard?
preparation?
No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking in general to anyone who would like to share. What do you take away on your journey? Prabhus and mothers, this is a story I narrated, but this is going to happen to you, each of you. End of your life, you will be arriving to a planet where Krishna Lila is going. Okay, you are co-host. Any takeaway? Are you excited or you are scared or you are thinking like, my gosh, am I ready?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
Before the Mataji starts, I just came in on the end of that story of that pastime, and I'm just ecstatic about it. I'm excited. It's just what can you say? You can't sit in your seat and just be still. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.
That sounds good. That's a good spirit. Good. Thank you. I gave a little glimpse of 3 different personality, how they entered into Vrindavan, this Rasa. Okay, Mother Padmini Devi.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. I hope you can hear me, Prabhu.
Yes.
Yeah. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandat pranams. And pranams to all the senior Krishna conscious devotees. I humbly offer my obeisances and express my deep gratitude for this precious. This is my maiden presentation to a divine sangha, and I'm acutely aware of your profound knowledge and experience in Krishna consciousness. I will keep my presentation concise. I present these slides as a humble offering with a sincere desire to learn more from your wisdom. I submit that I recognize my limitations, and I'm on a continuous journey of learning and understanding Krishna consciousness. Your guidance is invaluable for me, so I seek your advice for deeper understanding. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all devotees. Thank you for your time and your presence. I look forward to your insights and blessings, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So this is about the chapter 43, and in the 4th wave in Vatsalya Rasa. So I will enter into that subject straight away because this is a little big chapter with 83 verses, and I tried my best to make it to my understanding. So the components of Vatsalya Rasa is, one is Vaibhava, where you have Alamana. Alamana has its own Vaisya and Ashraya. And 2 is Udipana. I will talk about that in the next slides. Then 2nd is Anubhava. The 3rd one is Shatvika in Vatsalya Rasa. The 4th one is Vaibhicharya Bhava. And the 5th one is Satai Bhava Prema in Vatsalya Rasa. These are the 6 components that I have made my presentation here. So the first one I'm going to give is about the Vaibhava, and the components in Vaibhava are Krishna's forms, Krishna's features, Krishna's qualities, and Krishna's lordly qualities. In Srimad Bhagavatam, the relationship between Krishna and his mother Yashoda is beautiful and profound portrayal of divine affection. Krishna's form and features, qualities, or lordly attributes severe the primary stimulus for Yashoda's affection. And these are the examples. The Krishna possesses an and captivating form as a young boy. His complexion is dark like a rainfall cloud, and his eyes are like lotus petals. His face is adorned with mischievous and innocent smile. This form of Krishna as a child is irresistibly charming, and it draws Mother Yashoda's heart towards him. So Yashoda finds herself mesmerized by his divine form, and her mother's affection is deepened by his physical beauty. The next form is the Krishna's features. They are replete with attractiveness. His eyes are expressive and filled with a playful glint. His chubby cheeks and curly locks of hair add to his overall appeal. Yashoda is drawn to these features, and they involve in a sense of material protectiveness and tenderness in her heart. And Krishna's quality, despite his divine nature, he exhibits innocence, vulnerability, and childlike curiosity. He pretends to be afraid when caught feeling butter, and he cries like an ordinary child. These qualities make Yashoda feel that Krishna is her own child, and her maternal instincts kick in. Her affection is not hindered by Krishna's divine status. Instead, it is heightened by his latent and enduring qualities. And about Krishna's lordly qualities, while Krishna is Supreme Lord, Yashoda's love for him is not primarily rooted in his lordly qualities. Instead, her affection is based on her perception of Krishna as a beloved son. However, occasionally, Yashoda Mother witnesses Krishna's divine manifestations and lordly qualities, such as when she sees the entire universe in his mouth, and also the Damodar Leela. Even though she briefly witnesses his cosmic form, Yashoda's love remains unwavering, as her primary relationship with Krishna is that of mother and child. In some, Yashoda Mother's affection for Krishna is stimulated by a combination of his enchanting form, features, qualities as an innocent child, and occasionally glimpse lordly attributes of Krishna's divine nature, does not hinder the maternal love Yashoda feels for him. Rather, it enhances and deepens it, making their relationship one of the most cherished and celebrated aspects of Krishna's pastime in Srimad Bhagavatam. So we have this Ashray, the second component, the devotee as stimulus for parental affection. So there are again 6 components here. Mother and Nanda Maharaj are the foremost parental devotees, and I have mostly concentrated on Mother Yashoda here also. So Mother Yashoda's ability to stimulate Krishna is a center theme in the devotional literature. Her love and care for Krishna played a crucial role in their relationship and had a profound impact on Krishna's life. Here are some of ways in which Mother Yashoda was able to stimulate Krishna. The first one is unconditional love. Mother Yashoda's love for Krishna was unconditional and selfless. Her heart overflowed with love for the child, and this pure love was a powerful force that drew Krishna to her. Second one is the personal care and attention. Mother Yashoda personally took care of Krishna. After raising early in the morning, Mother Yashoda first of all offered her breast milk to Krishna, and then she began to chant various mantras for his protection. She bathed, fed, and dressed him with great care. Her physical touch and nurturing presence provided Krishna with a sense of security and comfort. This physical and emotional closeness created a strong connection between them. The third is the lullabies and stories. Yashoda would lullabies and narrate stories to Krishna. Her melodious voice and soothing words had a calming effect on him. These tender moments of storytelling and singing helped to strengthen emotional bond. Then the discipline guidance. While showering Krishna with love, Mother Yashoda also provided guidance and discipline. She corrected Krishna when he mischievously stole butter or engaged in playful pranks. Her guidance was an essential aspect of her role as mother, teaching Krishna right from the wrong. And next is the protective instinct. Mother Yashoda's protective instinct was unwavering. She would go to great lengths to ensure Krishna's safety, even when faced with supernatural challenges. Her dedication and willingness to do anything to protect her child showed the strength of her love. Next is the emotional nourishment. Beyond physical care, Yashoda Mata provided emotional nourishment to Krishna. Her love and support helped him grow into a confident, loving individual. And in summary, Mother Yashoda was able to stimulate Krishna, her boundless love, personal care, nurturing presence, guidance, and unwavering protection. Their relationship as an example of the profound love and connection that can exist in the divine. The next component is Udipana, objects that impel parent love in the childhood age. So I have 6 examples here that I will narrate. The first in Udipana is Udipana through Yashoda is the dress of or the child's dress actually. Udipana through Krishna's simple attire consisting of dhoti and a peacock feather crown is a Udipana for humility and devotion as seen through Mother Yashoda's eyes. Mother Yashoda addresses Krishna with love, highlighting the idea that devotion lies in the simplicity of one's heart rather than external adornments. So this is one component. She dresses in various ways, but this is the example I took. So second was moments of Krishna. Krishna's graceful and enchanting moments, especially during his playful dances, serve as Udipana for devotion through Yashoda's perspective. Yashoda Mother witnesses Krishna's captivating dance and is overwhelmed with a maternal pride and love, which encourages devotees to connect divine through awe and admiration. And the sweet words of Krishna and wise words, as heard and treasured by Mother Yashoda, are Udipana for devotion. Mother Yashoda's delight in Krishna's speech reminds devotees of the divine ability to inspire reverence and love through the profound teachings and soothing words. The next one is nice smiling. Krishna's radiant smile, especially when directed at Yashoda Mata, is a powerful Udipana for devotion. Yashoda's heart is melted with Krishna's smile, conveying the idea that the divine smile can uplift and fill the hearts of the devotees with love and devotion. So the various forms of child play, like stealing butter or playing pranks, are Udipana for affection and devotion again, particularly through Mother Yashoda's perspective. Mother Yashoda's unconditional love for Krishna, despite his mischievous behavior, inspires the devotees also to embrace the divine with love, recognizing the playful and endearing nature of their relationship. Then provoking Mother Yashoda's parental love. Mother Yashoda's boundless maternal love for Krishna is ultimate Udipana for deep love and devotion. Her unwavering affection for Krishna, whom the treats her as she treats as her own child, serves as a model for devotees, encouraging them to approach divine with pure, selfless love, akin to a parent's love for their child. So that is the Udipana component. I'm now moving to the Anubhava component, the physical response that go with these emotions. That is of two, Sadharana Anubhava and then is the Asadharana Anubhava. I'm taking one example here. The flowing from Mother Yashoda's breast when she sees Krishna is another profound example of blend of Ashardana Anubhava, an extraordinary experience, and Sadharana Anubhava, this is an ordinary experience in relation. First, I'll talk about the Ashardana. When Mother Yashoda sees Krishna or even thinks about him, she is overwhelmed with intense love and this deep emotion connection she shares with Krishna often leads to extraordinary experience. In this particular instance, the sight of Krishna with his charming appearance and endearing mischievousness evokes such a powerful surge of maternal love and devotion within Yashoda Mother that it results in a supernatural phenomenon that milk spontaneously flows from her breast to nourish and nurture him. And this phenomenon synthesizes the divine nature of Krishna and his ability to draw out intense love and devotion from those around. So it's a reminder that Krishna is not an ordinary child, but a divine incarnation, and his presence can elicit extraordinary reactions and experiences for those who love him. The same thing if you go to the Sadharana Anubhava, at the same time, this instance also reflects the ordinary human aspect of motherhood. The flow of milk from mother's breast when she sees her child is a natural and common occurrence in the life of any mother. It is an universal symbol of mother-childhood bond, representing the mother's instinct to nurture and care for her offspring. In Mother Yashoda's case, while the outcome may seem miraculous, the underlying emotion, the love and concern for her child, is profoundly ordinary and relatable experience. It serves as a reminder that even though Krishna is divine, the relationship between Yashoda Mata and Krishna is rooted in the everyday experience of motherhood, despite the extraordinary moments that occasionally punctuate this interaction. So in summary, the instant of milk flowing from Mother Yashoda's breast when she sees Krishna beautifully encapsulates the interplay between the extraordinary and the ordinary in that relationship. It heightens the extraordinary love and devotion and Yashoda Mata has for Krishna, while also grounding their relationship in the universal and everyday experience of mother love and care. So I'm moving on to the next one, the Satvika Vatsalya Rasa, which has the following: the Sattva, pure love, free from selfish motives. Mother Yashoda is often celebrated for her devotion and love for Lord Krishna. She displayed 8 Sattvika Bhavas, which are pure emotional states arising from deep devotion and attachment to the Lord. These bhavas are seen as genuine expressions of love and surrender. And these are the ones that I am putting it on the screen. I'll give a small explanation for this. So first one is Udbeha. This is a state of anxiety and distress. Mother Yashoda would often become anxious when thinking about the safety and well-being of the beloved Krishna. She worried about him getting into mischief or facing dangers in Vrindavan. The second one is Krodha. Krodha means anger. Even though her anger was not genuine, Mother Yashoda would sometimes pretend to be angry with Krishna. And when she discovered his mischievous activities, such as stealing butter or baking pots. The Sanka is a doubt or suspicion. Mother Yashoda would sometimes doubt Krishna's innocence when confronted with evidence of his mischievous deeds by other gopis. However, these doubts would quickly dissipate when she looked into Krishna's innocent and enduring eyes. So the next one is Avega. This refers to the state of intense agitation or distress. Mother Yashoda would experience intense emotions of love and concern when thinking about Krishna's safety. She would become agitated at the thought of him wandering off into the dangerous forest of Vrindavan. Then Jadata is the state of unconsciousness. But the Yashoda would sometimes faint or become unconscious out of extreme love and concern for Krishna. For example, when he did the Kalinganatana, it was well the maternal affection for him. The sixth one is the Grihana, means contempt. Mother Yashoda would sometimes scold Krishna for his mischievous behavior, as any mother would. However, her scolding was always filled with love, and she never actually felt disdain for him. The one is the Asiya, that's jealousy. Mother Yashoda would sometimes feel jealous of other residents of Vrindavan who got to spend more time with Krishna. Her love for him was so deep that she wouldn't bear the thought of anyone else having the more attention for him. And the next one is the Dainya. Dainya is a state of humility and helplessness. Mother Yashoda would often feel helpless in her attempts to control Krishna's mischievous activities. Her humility and recognition of her inability to control the Supreme Lord reflected her devotion and surrender. So these Sattvika Bhavas exhibited Mother Yashoda illustrate the depth of her love and emotion for Lord Krishna. And they serve as examples of profound bond between devotee and the divine. In other words, Krishna in turn reciprocated this love with his divine manifestations and pastimes, endearing himself to Mother Yashoda and all those who came in contact with him. The fourth one is the Vaibichari Bhava. Actually, there are 33 Bhavas, but I've taken only a few examples. Vaibichari Bhava is in the context of the relationship between Mother Yashoda and Lord Krishna, refers to the transient emotions and feelings that arise due to their interactions. Mother Yashoda's emotions are diverse and dynamic as she Krishna's playful and mischievous nature. And a few of them, Soga, that is grief. Mother Yashoda experiences moments of sorrow when Krishna gets into trouble and disappears for some time. She worries about his safety and her heart fills with grief until she finds him back. Krodha is anger. Krishna's playful pranks often test Yashoda's patience, leading to occasional outbursts of anger. She scolds him when he breaks pots or steals butter, expressing her maternal frustration, actually. The next is Utsaha, that is enthusiasm. Despite Krishna's mischievous, Yashoda is enthusiastic about caring for him. She eagerly prepares delicious meals and enjoys the process of dressing him up in beautiful clothes. The fourth one is Bhaya. Mother Yashoda experiences fear when she hears about Krishna's encounters with dangerous creatures or demons. Her maternal instincts drive her to protect Krishna from that harm. Then the fifth one is the disgust. Jupsa. Sometimes Yasoda is exasperated by Krishna's antics, like eating dirt or the contents of his mouth after eating butter. This evokes moments of mild disgust in her mind. And then is Atvuda, the amazement. Mother Yashoda is often amazed by Krishna's divine manifestations and displays of his supernatural powers. So I have only a few more of them, like I made some 12 out of 33. The next one is Vimsmaya, that is surprise. The Krishna's unexpected behavior and magical feats often leave Yashoda Mata surprised and astounded. She marvels at his uniqueness and the mysterious world he brings into her life. The next one is Hasa, that is laughter. Despite the challenges, Yashoda Mata finds joy in Krishna's innocent laughter and smiles. His laughter is the source of immense happiness for her. Ninth one is a Sringara, the love and attraction. Mother Yashoda's love and attraction for Krishna are ever present. She is deeply attracted to him and often expresses her affection by hugging, feeding, and cuddling him. The 10th one is Karuna, the compassion. When Krishna appears tired or upset sometimes, Mother Yashoda feels a deep sense of compassion for him. She does everything in her power to comfort and soothe him. The 11th one is Nirveda, that is disappointment. On occasions when Krishna disobeys her or causes trouble, Yashoda Mata may feel disappointed. However, her disappointment is always overshadowed by her unconditional love for him. And the 12th one is the Vibrahama, that is the confusion. Mother Yashoda sometimes finds herself bewildered by Krishna's divine nature and his ability to escape from her attempts to control him. This confusion highlights her humanity in contrast to Krishna's divinity. Vyachari Bhavas collectively illustrate the complex and multifaceted relationship between Mother Yasoda and Lord Krishna, showcasing the depth of maternal love, care, and emotion that characterizes their interaction. These Vyachari Bhavas collectively portray the rich and multifaceted emotions of Mother Yashoda towards Lord Krishna in their mother-son relationship. They highlight the depth of their bond and the complexity of human emotion experienced by Yashoda while raising the divine child. So I go to the next Sakai Bhava that has the seven components that I have presented here. These stages of prema in Vatsalya Bhava illustrates the evolving and deepening relationship between Mother Yashoda and Krishna. It's a friendship characterized by mother's love that transforms over time as Yashoda Mata's understanding of Krishna's divinity matures, ultimately leading to selfless and unconditional love for her divine child. The first one is the Sambhoga, the union. This stage represents the initial bond between Yashoda and the infant Krishna. It's a time of pure love and joy, as Yashoda's loving cares for Krishna and nourishes Krishna. At this stage, the love is unconditional and characterized by delight of motherhood. The second one is the Vipralamba, that is separation. As Krishna grows older and starts his playful adventures, there are moments of separation between Yashoda Mata and Krishna. This stage is marked by Yashoda Mata's worry and longing for Krishna's safety when he goes out to play with his friends or to tend the cows. The separation deepens Mata's love as she anxiously awaits Krishna's return. The third one is Sankoch, shyness and reserve. As Krishna matures and displays his divine qualities, Yashoda Mata becomes aware of his special status as Supreme Lord. She feels a sense of reverence and shyness in her love for him. This stage is marked by a mix of motherly affection and awe. The fourth one is Abhimana, the attachment. In this stage, Mother Yashoda's love for Krishna becomes even more profound and possessive. She becomes deeply attached to him and takes pride in being his mother. Her affectionate scoldings for Krishna for his mischievous deeds is an expression of his attachment. The fifth one is Mamata. It's a selfless love. As Mother Yashoda's understanding for Krishna's divinity deepens, her love becomes selfless and devoid of any expectations. She loves Krishna unconditionally without concern for her own desires or even status as mother. This stage represents the highest form of prema in Vatsalya Bhava. Then Viraha is longing. In moments of separation, Yashoda Mother experiences intense longing for Krishna. She yearns for his return and worries about his safety. This stage heightens the emotional pain that comes with love and separation. The seventh is Sahaja, that's a natural love. At the highest stage of prema, Yashoda Mother's love for Krishna becomes a natural and inseparable part of her being. It transcends any formalities or rituals and becomes an innate aspect of her identity as Krishna's mother. These stages of prema in Vatsalya Bhava illustrates the evolving and deepening relations between Mother Yashoda and Krishna. It's characterized by mother's love that transforms over time as Yashoda's understanding of Krishna's divinity matures, ultimately leading to a selfless and unconditional love for her divine child. So this is what the highlight we talked about, and I conclude that the fourth wave in Vatsalya Rasa had 83 texts, and the chapter 43 has 3.41 to 3.34, nearly 83 texts. So the conclusion is about Vaibhava, the simulant for emotion, Alambana and Udipana, and then we have the Anubhava, the manifestation of ecstasy unique to the passion, that is of Sadharana and Asadharana. Then Satvika, that's a pure mind free from all desires, all the 8 components. Then Vaibhichari, that is the transient emotions, all 33, but I gave you 12. And then the Satai Bhava, that is Vatsalya Rati, feeling that Krishna is one's helplessly dependent child initially. And this is the Satai Bhava of Vatsalya Rasa. The main characteristics of Vatsalya Rasa is Anugraha. Anugraha is protective compassion and mercy towards Krishna, free of all restraints of formal reverence. So I conclude, and Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Bol. Thank you all for patience hearing. Thank you for your patience, Prabhu.
Thank you. That was very nice. Only question I have on that Sattik, those I have to check again. How did you get those emotion that stimulated Sattik Bhav?
Prabhu, there is Waves of Devotion, a comprehensive study given. There's a book, and in that book I was reading through, and there I happened to get this. That's what, as I told, this is my understanding of what it is written there. That is in this book, Waves of Devotion is there, a comprehensive study on nectar of devotion.
Okay. Dhanurdhar Swami's?
Yes, Prabhu. So that is where and then this is what is the excuse me if there is something wrong, but this is what I understand. I thought I was.
Okay. Then we'll be okay, but I just want to make sure because Sattik Bhav and Anubhav, there's a very subtle distinction. But I'm going to check it and then I can let you know. But your presentation was wonderful.
Thank you, Prabhu, for these things. I don't know, I tried, I'm new to this, but I came to understand them. Since you gave an opportunity, I thought whether if I can do, but I tried my best. It's Krishna's grace.
No, you did very good. You did very good. There's no question. Any question anyone has to Mata before we go to the next? You can take down this Mother Padmini Devi. You can take your slide down, yes, so you can see who is asking the question. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Jai, what was the name of the book again?
And the name of the book is Waves of Devotion. Mataji.
Thank you. Very nice, very sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji.
Doctor. Okay, good. Okay, you have a couple of hands. Well, Mother Sheesh Upanishad already asked. Mother Sankari Devi.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Hare Krishna, dear mother. I don't have a question, but it was an amazing presentation. The way you broke it down, it made things so simple, and it was amazing. It really, it did sound like there's nothing comparable to what Mother Yashoda feels. It's right at the top, you know. Vatsalya Prem, the way you presented it felt like, oh, this is it, ultimate rasa to have. So thank you so much for breaking it down so nicely, Mother. It was fantastic. Thank you so much for taking us on this journey. Hare
Thank you,
Krishna.
Mataji. That is not because of me. I'm new to this grace of Krishna or Mother Yashoda or even the gurus are the devotees. Following this class is perhaps the inspiration only should have done this. Thank you, Mataji.
Your sincerity also counts, Mother. Your sincerity also counts. So yes, Hare
The
Krishna.
basic feeling is I was afraid of Prabhu. I don't know whether in front of I should not, not make any big mistakes. So I was constantly from the day you allotted, it was allotted to me. I was constantly reading and just taking some notes, and I tried to prepare. Thank you. If your words are bringing tears into my eyes because I never expected this. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful.
Haribol Prabhu. So, Webs of Devotion, that book is a continuation of the. Is there any like in Sanskrit like a Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu? Is the Webs of Devotion is one of the part continuation, like a passe from Nectar of Instruction?
No, I think it's Dhanudhar Swami, one of Prabhupada's disciple. He break down the way you can see Prabhupada's translation, because Prabhupada did not give sloka. He translated, and relevant things he put together, and irrelevant he put it aside. So this way anybody can just sort it out what Prabhupada gave beautifully in Nectar of Devotion. For some people, it is very helpful because they like the breakdown. For me, I'm a little numbering person, so it's not a question of right or wrong. It's just that the way we perceive things it differ from person to person. So I think it's very well done too. And Mother Padmini definitely did a wonderful service. She grasped it, she demonstrated, and I hope we all can be benefited and we can contemplate. Maybe you can post it so they can see it again and again.
Yes, I'll borrow.
Okay. Prahladananda Prabhu has raised hand.
Dhanvat Pranam Prabhuji, and Dhanvat Pranam to Mataji and everyone. This was an excellent discourse, and it was one of those pastimes which I enjoy so much. In our Sampradaya, we are focusing more on Radha Krishna Leelas, and we develop love for Go and Krishna in relation to Lord Radharani. But for my childhood and from my inclination, I always relish Mother Yashoda's dealing with Lord Krishna more than what Radharani and other gopis have with Lord Krishna. So my question is this okay for me to progress on that kind of bhav, or what do you call it, inclination or that? Because anytime if I have to read Bhagavatam, I first go to Mother Yashoda dealing with like that. This is primarily because you're my mother. She was, always singing Krishna's Yashoda's bhajans when I grew up like that. So this is what I think. But I have equally kind of respect for other bhav also. But this is my question is I'm on a right track, or I'm a deviant like that. So that's what I was thinking to express.
Very nice question, Prabhu. Mother, would you like to try, or?
Prabhu, I'm not empowered to try to answer this question. Please help me. in my understanding, when I started reading this Vatsalya Bhava, my thing is I wanted to be like a servant of Mother Yashoda and then understand the bhavas better. That's what outcome I had. And perhaps when we go to the prema session and then when there is a explanation on that, I don't know whether I will still ponder on. My opinion, Prabhu says he is reflecting the same thing from his mother. So that would be much more more comfortable and easy. At least not easy, but more attachment can easily develop because all of us have attachment to mother, and his mother he's already talked about is so enduring and almost has given all these kind of expressions. So it would be easy for him to relate it in that area. That is my humble opinion.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My question, Mother, are you a medical doctor or a PhD?
I'm a biochemist, Prabhu. I'm basically a biochemist. I'm a scientist, and
I see. I see. Okay. The reason I'm asking is, because in my career as a medical doctor, I treated so many mothers in gynecology and obstetrics. And, in my all encounter throughout my life practicing, mothers are the topmost kind of people who experience love for their kids, and like that. And, medically speaking, the woman is the estrogen.
Yes, all the devotees will have this. Mother affection, nobody can deny. Nobody can. They will never put in this place.
That's right. I remember my mother more than any other person in my life.
Yes.
Even my father, my brother. Well, my mother is the one who gives you the very fundamental formative years. She's giving so much kind of love and all the sanskaras and everything. Anyway, so basically
the thing is, once we start doing that, we are connecting to Lord Krishna in way Mother Yashoda is connecting. That is the final conclusion I read from the book. So I thought I will express that, and that is what I think I'm looking for. I don't know what is the blessings of God or the Guru, but I'm aspiring for it.
Thank you very much for your contribution, Mother. Done with Param.
That's wonderful. There is one more question from Mother Sankari Devi or comment.
Yes, Prabhu, it's more of a comment on what Prahladan Prabhu asked. Prabhu, of course, you will be the best person in this room to answer that. But I remember hearing this, and I'm paraphrasing, that once this has happened, that Prabhupada was telling his disciples that, oh, you think that, Radharani is higher than Mother Yashoda? That's not true. That's not true. We cannot compare the two rasas. Each rasa is unique in its own, and it's complete. And so thinking this, that, oh, Radharani's love is higher than Mother Yashoda's love, that is not the right thinking. Every devotee has their own bhav, and with that bhav, they can have any of the rasas, and they can have their own personal relationship with the Lord. And I was also hearing this, that, it's like different here also. I've heard that, oh, Prahlad Maharaj, his love for Narsimhadev only takes him to Vaikuntha planet. He also does not get promoted to Goloka Vrindavan, but that's the bhav that he feels, and for him, that his rasa is complete with Narsimhadev. So different devotees have their own bhavas, and according to their bhava, whatever rasa they enjoy, that makes them complete in their relationship with Krishna. So, but Prabhu, yes, please correct my understanding on that, Prabhu.
Would you like to answer, Mother Padmini Devi, or you just agree with her?
No, yes, Prabhu. I'm waiting for your answer, Prabhu.
My answer.
Because she directed to you, and I am also waiting to hear that. So I really waiting. That increases our understanding.
You can see in the 13th chapter, 10th canto, how Prabhupada actually says that he glorified Mother Yashoda. And I'm paraphrasing, I don't have it in front of me, but Prabhupada did say, well, let's go back. First, this Rasa Tattva did not exist or was not available to any living entity in this age until Mahaprabhu came. So Mahaprabhu is the one who actually made it available. In Mahaprabhu's own chanting or feeling mood, you can see how he dealt with Mother Sachi Devi. Very dramatic, I would say, when after he took sannyas, even when he met Mother Sachi Devi at Santipur, he submitted himself that he will do whatever she wants him to do. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he himself decided to take sannyas, but he was ready to obey whatever Mother Sachi. And he claimed that this body that he got, it is her property, because it comes from her, through her. It's her property. He was acting little madness way, but if she could, it's interesting which way you want to support, because one Acharya like Bhakti Siddhanta Thakur did say like that, when Mahaprabhu submitted to Mother Sachi, then Sachi Devi was thinking, if I tell him to give up sannyas and come back home, he will do that. But what the world will see, because she is a daughter of a very highly educated Nilambar Chakravarti, very prestigious astrologer in that time in Navadvip. So she was raised with a culture, you can say, what the Brahmana society would say or act, what is expected, what is not expected. So when Mahaprabhu submitted, she could have said that, forget this sentimental sannyas you took and just come back home. But she did not. She said, oh no, you have taken sannyas, now you go and explore your ultimate destiny. But I do not want you to go to Vrindavan. Don't go too far that I cannot know you. I would like you to stay in an area where I could hear from different messenger about you, your being. So Mahaprabhu, as their conversation went, so they decided, both agreed, Jagannath Puri will be the place. You may ask the question, was the Jagannath Puri was predestined of Mahaprabhu's last part of his life, or it was decided by Mother Joshoda in a form of Mother Sachi Devi? Both. You cannot say either one, because separation feeling has to be absence of the place. So in the mood of Radharani, Vrindavan will be a terrible place. So Jagannath Puri is very nice, Virahash Katra. At the same time, Mother Joshoda's request was maintained. When Mahaprabhu was asked by Ballavacharya, not asked, actually Ballavacharya says, I have found some secret confidential name and some writings I composed about the holy name. Mahaprabhu composed two names. I'm sure some of you are familiar. Two names Mahaprabhu revealed. Anyone knows? This is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, very clearly mentioned these pastimes. And one name was Shamsundar. The highest form of Krishna is that bluish Krishna, Shamsundar. And the second name was Jashodanandan. Did not say third name or fourth name. So obviously, Jashodanandan, these are Mukhya Naam. Everybody is familiar with the holy name. Holy name has a two division. One is Mukhyanam, one is Gaunanam. We do not chant Gaunanam, even though Gaunanam is Krishna's name, but Gaunanam doesn't have a pastimes related, and as a result, you may not connect Krishna in spiritual domain. If you say Srishtikarta, while creation will be ending also one day, then Srishtikarta may not have. If you say Budharan Shakti, Palankarta, Jagater Nath, all these things is relevant to this world. So this world also will be one day finished. So those names actually, even though has some pastime, but it is not Mukhyanam. So Mukhyanam, which has a spiritual lila and existence uninterruptedly going on, those are the Mukhyanam. Tavo Mukhyanam tavo tumate abhinna. The verse goes that Tavo Mukhyanam tumate abhinna. So Mahaprabhu's expression to Vallabhacharya, these two names, Yashodanandan and Shyamsundar, are the prominent name. And then if you look at the commentary on that, Anubhashya and Amrita Prabha Bhashya, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Prabhupada translated those, that Bhaktivinoda Thakur writes, these two names are the most focus of Gauriya. So Yashodanandan, obviously, is Vatsalya Rasa is there. And Shyamsundar is Madhurjya Rasa. So both are well taken, and both are Mukhyanam that will give the highest connection. So this is beautiful. This attraction to Mother Yashoda's son, or Sachi Devi's son, is as good as Srimati Radharani's Shyamsundar, or Gadadar's Prananath, Sachinandan, is well taken. You can see in a very deep subject that in Gambhira, Mahaprabhu was experiencing Radharani's mood. Radharani's mood, how Radharani felt. Who knows that mood in a highest form? Radharani herself. And Gadadhar Prabhu is the Radharani herself came as a Gadadhar Prabhu. But Gadadhar Prabhu never went to Gambhira. It's interesting, isn't it? Never went to Gambhira during this episode when Mahaprabhu was experiencing. Of course, there's many reasons for it. So we do not distinguish in one sense between the names. In another sense, both are very interconnected. By the way, if you think all the Rasas in Vrindavan, what is all the Rasas for? To support only one Rasa, Madhur Rasa. Madhur Rasa is the highest, and all the Rasas are actually supporting how Madhur Rasa is the highest. Srimati Radharani, when asked Krishna that, how is that you traveled for so long? What did you do? He said, I was trying to find if there is anybody is as close as you in beauty, in quality, in attributes, characters. But I travel all over, married 16,108, but nobody is as best as you. Of course, Radharani was overwhelmed with happiness. He said, okay, you have a right to go and check it out. All her suffering disappeared. Krishna is being present. All the Rasha, even Dwarka Rasha, these are all promoting actually. So even if we are attracted to Mother Yashoda, it's ultimately is pleasing Krishna. That's all it matters. What is Radharani's ultimate object? She wants to please Krishna. Whichever way Krishna will be pleased. That's all we are dedicating for. This is what Mahaprabhu's mission is. Mother Sri Shopanishad, you have raised hand again?
Jai Prabhu, Hare Krishna. Jai, Mother Yashoda, that's so sweet. The pastimes, her love, her unconditional love. But my question is that my understanding is that all these wonderful mothers of Krishna are expansions of Radharani. And am I right when I think that? And also, my understanding of the name Shima, is beautiful blackish form, not blue. Am I correct with that, with my thinking? Hare Krishna.
There is no real translation of Sham Varna. Shama Sringara Rati. When Raghupati Upadhyay, you will see in Madhulila, there is a beautiful pastime. So when Raghupati Upadhyay was explaining the highest form of Krishna, he says, Shamam eva param rupa puri madhu puri vara vaya kaisharam deyam adya eva pararasa. Shamam eva param rupa. Amongst all the forms, Shama is the highest form.
Okay.
Now, there is no real translation in English. We are trying to find the English translation. It's a rain cloud. What is rain cloud? I don't know. You can go out when the rain, it's raining. Maybe you can come up with some name of the expression. Rain cloud is intensity of Paramaur conjugal rasa. Intensity. When it is very intense, it is rain cloud color. Bluish, blackish. Even Joydev Goswami, he writes Chandana Charchita Nila Kalebara. Now, even in the blue, there is a different shades of blue, isn't it? There's a sky blue, there's a sky blue, there's a Swiss blue, there's a navy blue. In America, they literally quote this way: navy blue, sky blue, Swiss blue. Even in common world, in the color grading, because I graduated also from with a gemology degree from the California in 1989, and I had to study this coloring. How is color treated to the diamond industry? I'm familiar with it. So in that, when we talked about blue, these blues, generally people don't think blue has a shades of blue.
Okay.
You know, sky blue is not really like a blue what we think. Then when you take a super blue, and then you have a Swiss blue. Then you have a navy blue. Navy blue is like a very darkish, like a blackish. Any color, when you concentrate, it looks like black. Whether it's a red or any color you take, in highest concentration, it looks like black. When you dilute it, it shows more of a, like a pink, and it's coming from the red, but it's very diluted. But pink is very attracted. Pink is very attracted. Cyan is blue too. Cyan, I remember color, we had to, you know, I was given 125 stone to identify their origin, their chemical composition, and their shades of color and how I testify. I remember, I graduated with that test. I mean, many tests before you graduate on gemology. I still remember. But it has a very vivid explanation. Cyan is a very attractive color. If you really think, is it blue or is it rain cloud? I don't know. We just say cyan because you cannot say super blue, you cannot say Swiss blue, you cannot, because none of them fits. Cyan has its own color, but it has a tinge of blue with a cloudy color. So I was thinking like, wow, that's what Krishna's color probably.
Okay. I have another question for you then. And you don't have to answer it right now. The deity, Sri Sri Radha Raman. When we're referring to that deity, not when when we're looking at that deity, we see color being a karmi like I am, my level of understanding when I'm looking at that deity of God, Krishna, and when I'm sharing it with everyone else that's not aware, they see black. So how do you, it's really deep how you can share and explain this to someone, because you know what? I don't want people to be attracted to Krishna because of a color. You know what I mean? we don't want that. We want them to be attracted to Krishna because he's God, the supreme personality of Godhead. Doesn't get any better than that. So, but when we see the colors, that actually makes people become attracted to, the color. So, and what about the Sheilas? The Shalagram Sheilas, they're all, well, some of them, So, Prabhu, you don't
Well,
have to answer
when
that
you
now,
have a
but that's
time, when you have a time, you go to Nepal. There's a Gandaki river.
Yes.
And you can take bath there, and you'll see some salagram, because all the salagram Shila is coming more or less from there. And you can literally see all the colors are there. I remember briefly we went one time, many, many years back, maybe 40 years back. And I had no idea, but I still remember that there was so many colors of the Shila. It's very fascinating. But we don't, I agree with you, we don't fall for like one of the lady told me one time, Govind, do you know Jesus was actually black, was not a white? I finally found, I said, wow, who is Jesus? Why are you asking this question? I said, well, before I know what color, who is Jesus, you tell me first. The Jesus, the God, the Son. Anyway, after a few while, I said, what does it matter? You have to first learn who Jesus is. Then you say whether he's a black or brown or white. I don't know. What does it matter? Krishna can be any color. What color is Kopil Dev? Krishna is Kopil Dev. What color is Kopil Dev? Because one Indian Prabhu, I won't say the name because I like him too, but he was saying that this blonde color, it's like a artificial, isn't like American people has. I said, you think Kopil Dev has a artificial color? You mean Kopil Dev God? I say, yeah. No, he's original God. I say, well, he has a blonde hair. Read the Bhagavatam. So Kopil Dev is a white body, white color, Santaros. Those who are attracted to Kopil Dev, Santaros. But he has a blonde also. If you break down the word, Sanskrit word meanings. So all the color originally coming from Krishna. Some are prominent in him. Only reason Krishna is intense bluish or blackish because Shama Shringara Rati. That's how Jiva Goswami writes. Shringara Rati. He has an intense desire for amorous pastime. He always loves. He is embodiment of love. He is always exchanging love. That's all he cares. He drowned himself into love, ocean of love. So his color is like that. It is not the color we are attracted. We are attracted by the love.
Jai.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhu. Don't you just love it?
Yes, we love Krishna, definitely. Okay, now we will go with Prahlad Prabhu. He is here. Prahlad Prabhu, please give us nourishment with Madhur Rasa.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Dandavat Pranam. Can you allow me to screen share?
Yes, Prabhu. Go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhu. So I tried my best, Prabhu, for this presentation and in particularly this topic, this rasa, Madhurya Rasa, is such a deep, very sweet topic Srila Prabhupada has given to us in chapter 44 of Nectar of Devotion. So for your pleasure, for the pleasure of all the devotees, I will try my best. All the information here has been taken from either Nectar of Devotion, Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, and Waves of Devotion, and also Jaiva Dharma. I'm very fond of this literature. Here in Jaiva Dharma, Goswami responds to a question by Vrajanath and explains, Madhurya Ras by nature is most esoteric and rare. Scarcely anyone is found to be an eligible candidate. Hence, Madhurya Ras must be kept very confidential. Before I begin, I would like to chant some invocation mantras in between. Nana Shastra Vicharanai Puno Sadharma Samstapako Lokanam Hitukarino Tribhuvane Manyo Sharanyakaro Radha Krishna Pararavinda Bhajanan Nandhe Namataliko Vande Rupa Sanatano Raghuyogo Shri Jiva Gopalako. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Srila Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are always engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna and dancing. They are just like the ocean of love of God, and they are popular both with the gentle and with the ruffians because they are not envious of anyone. Whatever they do, they are all pleasing to everyone, and they are fully blessed by Lord Chaitanya. Thus, they are engaged in missionary activities meant to deliver all the conditioned souls in the material universe. He Radhe, He Vrajadhevike, Chalalite, He Nanda Suno Kutaha. So as Pran Govinda Prabhu mentioned from Jaiva Dharma chapter 31, all the supramundane attributes of Shanta, Dasya, Sakya, and Vatsalya are eternally reposed within Madhurya Ras. Moreover, any wonderful qualities that the other rasas may lack shine with full glory and sublime splendor in Madhurya Ras. Let us begin. Devotional service in conjugal love. Before we begin, I would like to recite one wonderful prayer, all of our benefit. This is a song by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Prayer to Yoga Maya Devi. I'll just read the translation quickly. The likes of such a lowly soul as me is not to be found anywhere else in this world. Thus, I have become most agitated due to falling into this vast ocean of material existence. O Yoga Maya, when will you show me mercy by lifting up the curtain of illusion with which you shroud the universe of your external form of Mahamaya? You are known as Kundara Devi. Kula Devi, the traditional worshipable goddess of all the Vaishnav dynasties. I have heard of your glories and activities from the Vedic literatures. You take all those souls who are adverse to Krishna and bind them within the material world. To that person whose good fortune gradually dawns and allow him to again become favorably disposed to Krishna, you award him with liberation and make him free from all grief and fear. O my dear mother, showing your causeless mercy to your servant, give me a place in Vrindavan, for you are Yoga Maya herself, the internal energy of yoga or union. Without complying with you, no soul at any time can get Krishna, for the manifestation of Krishna's pastimes is all enacted only by your mercy. You are the devoted follower of Lord Krishna, and you are the mother of the universe. You have shown to me the transcendental touchstone of Krishna consciousness. My dear mother, I sincerely wish that you will let my faith in the Vaishnavas increase at every moment. Without the lotus feet of the devotees of the Lord, Bhakti Vinod is not able to cross to the other side of this ocean of material existence. Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusuti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Mahabhava Swarupam Krishna Priya Variyasi Prema Bhakti Prade Devi Radhe Ketvam Namamyaham. Let's begin. So, as you were all observing from the previous photo, we could see in that photo, it looked like a lotus flower. That Goloka Vrindavan is the centermost within that lotus flower. I often love this analogy that I learned from Prabhu. The blooming of this lotus flower. So this analogy is so important that I'm going to share. We see here, first, there is the bud of this lotus with its leaves. Later, it matures and it begins to slowly unfold. The images are a bit mixed up. I apologize for that. Now realize. And then one of its petals starts to open up. And then later, there is full blossoming of this lotus. Why is this analogy so important to understand? Because such topics as Madhurjya Rasa was brought out because of the mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who instructed Srila Rupa and Srila Sanatan Goswami to write more in depth. And thus, this is how these literatures became manifest. So this is the prehistory to that. So at this tender budding stage of Vaishnavism, the four branches were encapsulated as seeds in the four original verses of the Bhagavatam known as the Chatushloki. So when Prahlad arrived, those buds appeared from the seeds of those four Chatushloki in his heart. Then, after, because of the advent of Srila Bhadrayana Vedavyas, those buds opened. And now, the petals of those lotus were gradually revealed by such great personalities as Madhavendra Puri and the different Vaishnavacharyas. And finally, it fully blossomed and scattered because of the descent and mercy of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus, this lotus flower is in full bloom. And now we are tasting this aroma by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So, we must understand that What is Madhurya Rasa? As Srila Rupa Goswami has given to us in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, when Madhurya Rati, this Rati, which is the sthai bhav, is nourished by suitable vibhav and other elements within the devotee's heart, this is called Madhurya Bhakti Ras. Srila Jiva Goswami comments by stating, essentially you must understand, that this refers to particular devotees whose hearts are touched with deep attraction for Krishna as their lover. So when Madhurya Rati is nourished by the appropriate bhavas, it heightens to Madhurya Ras. Prabhupada has summarized in the introduction there. So before we go on, we must hear this warning carefully to understand that the definition is given of Madhurya Ras. Prabhupada begins in the first line that a pure devotee's attraction to Krishna in conjugal love is called devotional service in conjugal love. Now, this is a very lengthy subject matter, but Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu by Srila Rupa Goswami's direction, this topic is only briefly described, I believe in 37 verses. So Srila Rupa Goswami reasons that non-devotees are attached to sense gratification and that they will pollute their understanding of Madhurya Ras with their materially lusty association. So although such conjugal feelings are not at all material, because there is some similarity to this spiritual love and material activities, persons interested only in material activities are unable to understand the spiritual conjugal love. And these devotional reciprocations will appear very mysterious to them. Again, it is mentioned in the second verse of Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu that this rasa is very confidential and mysterious subject, so it is not discussed openly. We must understand it, but it is not to be discussed freely. So in the purport, he explains that this word, Nivri Tanu Payo Gitavad, it means those persons have a lack of qualification. They have no taste for this ras related to the Lord because they equate it. So this is a warning to all of us. This is my position as a materially lusty fellow. Therefore, please grant me permission to understand such topics in the future. This was very difficult for me to understand. Further, for those who are qualified, Srila Rupa Goswami has written Sri Ujjwala Nilamani. So in a room conversation with a Sanskrit professor, Dr. Suneerson, Prabhupada is discussing here, Paramahansa, do you have nectar of devotion, professor? And also this Ujjwala Nilamani, Prabhupada, Professor, Ujjwala Nilamani, Prabhupada, Ujjwala Nilamani. No, Ujjwala Nilamani is not for general study. It is for high advanced devotee. Here, after Prabhupada refers that he better study this Bhagavad Gita instead. So again, devotees interested in understanding further depth may refer to this Ujjwala Nilamani only if they are qualified. I know I am not. Now, Madhurya Ras, as given to us to understand, it is broken into different ingredients. The very first ingredient we will begin to understand is the Vibhav. So we have to understand that Krishna is the Vishaya Alamban and that the Gopis are the Ashraya Alamban. So the impetus Prabhupada mentions in Nectar of Devotion of conjugal love are Krishna and his very dear consorts, such as Radharani and immediate associates. This is evidenced by Srila Prabhupada here. So a little breakdown into these characteristics of Shaya Alamban, Ashraya Alamban, and the Udipan. So let us now dive slowly into understanding each of these characteristics and their pastimes herein. As Srila Prabhupada writes in the Nectar of Devotion, Vishaya Alamban, that Krishna is the object of conjugal attraction, Krishna's form. Lord Krishna has no rival. No one is equal to him, and no one is greater than him. His beauty is also without rival, and because he excels all others in the pastimes of conjugal love, he is the original object of all conjugal love. And under qualities, writes, the Gita Govinda by Jayadev Goswami, one gopi tells a friend, Krishna is the reservoir of all pleasure within this universe. His body is as soft as a lotus flower, and his free behavior with the gopis, which appears exactly like a young boy's attraction to a young girl, is a subject matter of transcendental conjugal love. Next is the Ashraya Alamban, understanding the devotees as a reservoir of conjugal attraction. That pure devotees follow in the footsteps of the gopis and worship the gopis with the following prayer. Let me offer my respectful obeisances to all the young Pauvat whose bodily features are so attractive. Simply by their beautiful, attractive features, they are worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Within this Ashraya Alamban, we understand that out of all of these young gopis, Srimati Radharani is the most prominent. She is the best devotee in Madhurjya Rasa. So here we have three particular pastimes that are given in relation to understanding Srimati Radharani as the best devotee in Madhurjya Rasa. The first pastime Prabhupada gives, we understand Srimati Radharani's beautiful form. Her eyes defeat the attractive features of the eyes of the Chakori bird. When one sees the face of Radharani, he immediately hates the beauty of the moon. Her bodily complexion defeats the beauty of gold. Thus, let us look upon the transcendental beauty of Srimati Radharani. Next, pastime Prabhupada gives in this regard, continuing understanding is Srimati Radharani's bhakti. That Krishna's attraction for Radharani is described by Krishna himself. He says, when I create some joking phrases in order to enjoy the beauty of Radharani, Radharani hears these joking words with great attention, but by her bodily features and counter words, she neglects me. And I even possess unlimited pleasure by her neglect of me. for she becomes so beautiful that she increases my pleasure 100 times. Lastly, we understand for Srimati Radharani. A similar statement can be found in Gita Govinda, wherein it is said that when the enemy of Kamsa, Sri Krishna, embraces Srimati Radharani, he immediately becomes entangled in a loving condition and gives up company of other gopis. Lastly, within here, we understand the Udipana. This is within Vibhava still. The Udipana are the objects that impel conjugal love. As you can see in the corner in this photo, we have Krishna playing on his flute. Srila Rupa Goswami gives an example of Krishna's flute as an Udipan or Madhurya Rasa. In the Padya Valley of Srila Rupa Goswami, it is stated that when the gopis hear the sound of Krishna's flute, they immediately forget all rebukes offered by the elderly members of their family. They forget their defamation and the harsh behavior of their husbands. Their only thought is to go out in search of Krishna. Now, let us examine the Anubhava. When the gopis meet Krishna, the display of their exchanging glances, as well as their joking and laughing behavior, this is called Anubhava, or sub-ecstasy in conjugal love. So, Srila Prabhupada, he shares the following pastime. In the Lalita Madhava, Rupa Goswami explains that the movement of Krishna's eyebrows are just like the Yamuna, and that the smiling of Radharani is just like the moonshine. When the Yamuna and the moonshine come in contact on the bank of the river, the water tastes just like nectar, and drinking it gives great satisfaction. It is as cooling as piles of snow. Kindly meditate upon Krishna's eyebrows and Srimati Radharani's smile on the banks of the river Yamuna. Next, let us examine the Sattvika Bhav. So similarly, Prabhupada continues to explain from Srila Rupa Goswami that in the Padyavali, one constant companion of Srimati Radharani says, "My dear moonface Radharani, your whole body appears very content, yet there are signs of tears in your eyes. Your speech is faltering and your chest is also heaving. By all these signs, I can understand that you must have heard the blowing of Krishna's flute. And as a result of this, your heart is now melting." As we move on, we now come into the topic of the Vyabhichari Bhav. As we have heard from Pran Govinda Prabhu, there are 33 Vyabhichari Bhavs. And all 33, except for 2, are appropriate to Madhurya Rasa. Those 2 that are not appropriate, but is still mentioned therein, are called alasya, laziness. This translation I may have in different sources from Jaiva Dharma to Nectar of Devotion to Waves of Devotion has different English translation. And this Sanskrit word also, Ugrata, there may be some discrepancy in that, but it is about the same explanation that Srila Prabhupada will give to us, understanding ferocity. So sometimes it's translated as violence, as could be seen here. So we have to understand now that Prabhupada mentions that in some cases, laziness and violence, ferocity, these may become appropriate. For example, Prabhupada mentions that these qualities of laziness may be present at the end of conjugal pastimes, and this ferocity may be present when Srimati Radharani and Krishna association suffers some interference in their conjugal affairs. So let us glimpse at all 53 Vyabhichari Bhavas. I will not read them all, but I will just highlight the number 16 and 27 that was referred. And Prabhupada will begin to mention to us two of these in his pastimes. Number 1 and 25, Nirveda and Harsha. So it is called Nirveda, indifference, as Prabhupada gives, or self-disparagement. So Srimati Radharani says, "Dear Mr. Cupid, please do not excite me by throwing your arrows at my body. Dear Mr. Air, please do not arouse me with the fragrance of flowers. I am now bereft of Krishna's loving attitude. And so under the circumstances, what is the use of my sustaining this useless body? There is no need for such a body of any living entity." And in Harsha, jubilation, Srimati Radharani, pointing to Krishna, says, "This clever boy of the forest has the beauty of a bluish lotus flower. He can attract all the girls of the universe. Now, after giving me a taste of his transcendental body, he has enthused me, and it is more than I can tolerate. I am now feeling like a female elephant who has been enthused by a male elephant." This is an instance of jubilation. Finally, we enter to understand the most important element in this rasa, sthai bhav, or Madhurya Rati. So, as stated before, the sthai bhav of Madhurya Rasa is Madhurya Rati. So, the characteristics of Madhurya Rati is that it incites desire for 8 kinds of union, known as Sambhog with Krishna. So, the steady ecstasy of conjugal love, this is the original cause of bodily enjoyment. Prabhupada mentioned this in page 355 of Nectar of Devotion. So in the Jaiva Dharma, highlighted in blue, we see 4 qualities of Sambhog. We understand that there is Mukhya Sambhog and Vishesha Sambhog, one in the awake state and one in a sort of sleeping state. So multiply that 4 by 2, you have 8 here. Next, we have an example of Madhurya Rati. Prabhupada gives. In the Padyavali, this original cause of union is described when Radharani tells one of her constant companions, "My dear friend, who is this boy whose eyelids dancing constantly have increased the beauty of his face and attracted my desire for conjugal love. His ears are decorated with buds of Ashoka flowers, and he has dressed himself in yellow robes. By the sound of his flute, this boy has already made me impatient. So from the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, text 21, we understand from this verse, Radha Madhavayor Eva, Happy Bhai, Kadhapi Asau, Sajatiya Vijatiyai, Naiva Vichit Yate Ratihi. That love of Radha and Krishna is never at any time or in any circumstance covered by other similar relationships or by different sthai halves. Purport. Understanding the unshakability of Radha and Krishna's love, we have to understand that the love, Rati, that is exclusive love of Radha and Krishna, and not Krishna's relationship with the other dear gopis in conjugal mood. So the Rati of Radha and Krishna, composed of seeing each other and other pastimes using trickery, that is never covered over by other similar relationships. Sajhatiya, Krishna's relationship with other devotees, or Vijhatiyai, Vatsalya Sthai Bhav, contrary relationship, such as those in Vatsalya. So from the Padyavali, it is described, "O friend, who is this person wearing cloth of the color of a gold streak on a touchstone, whose face is sweet with dancing eyebrows, whose ears are decorated with Ashoka buds, and who has brought me under the control by the sound of his flute?" At this stage, we were at text 20 in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Here the words by Srila Rupa Goswami, Srila Jiva Goswami comments explaining that Nika Shopal Tulya Vesha, Vesha meaning form, cloth. This means cloth similar to the testing stone by its yellow color. Krishna's cloth is compared to the fresh yellow cloth of this golden stone. And Avashi Karoti means Radharani is saying that he has made me so that I have no control over myself. So here we encounter these two words, understanding Radha and Krishna's love is immovable. Nothing comes in between it. No gopis mood, no parental, etc. So Prabhupada mentions this, that Rupa Goswami delineates two categories of obstacle to Radha and Krishna's love. Makes this Madhurjya Rasa a little more sweet, adds further into it. So Sajhatiya are obstacles presented by persons with the mood of Madhurya, that is other gopis. We have Chandravali mentioned here. And Vijatiyai, which is obstacle presented by persons with moods that are incompatible to Madhurya Rasa. For example, I was mentioned before, Vatsalya, and then you have Dasya mentioned here. The conjugal love of Radha and Krishna is never disturbed by any personal considerations. Prabhupada mentions that the undisturbed nature of conjugal love between Radha and Krishna is described thus. Just a little distance away from Krishna was Mother Yashoda, and Krishna was surrounded by all of his friends. In front of his eyes was Chandravali, and at the same time, on a chunk of stone in front of the entrance to Braja stood the demon known as Virasura. And even in such circumstances, when Krishna saw Radharani standing just behind a bush of many creepers, immediately his beautiful eyebrows moved just like lightning towards her. The next example we hear on another instance is described as follows. On one side of the courtyard, the dead body of Shankarsura was lying, surrounded by many jackals. On the other side were many learned brahmanas who were all self-controlled. They were offering nice prayers, which were as soothing as the cool breeze in summer. In front of Krishna, Lord Baladev was standing, causing a cooling effect. But even amid all these different circumstances of soothing and disturbing effects, the lotus flower of ecstatic conjugal love that Krishna felt for Radharani could not wither. This love of Krishna for Radharani is often compared to a blooming lotus. The only difference is that Krishna's love remains ever increasingly beautiful. So, Swami is highlighting the unshakability of Radha and Krishna's Vatsalya Rati in this beautiful analogy. So we will go on now and understand, hearing further, that even amid all different circumstances, either soothing or disturbing effect, that lotus flower of Madhurya Ras, Madhurya Rati, that conjugal love that Krishna felt for Radharani, this cannot be withered. Finally, Rupa Goswami begins briefly describing their Vipralamba and Sambhog. So conjugal love is divided into two portions. So Vipralamba separation herein is given three sections of Purvarag, Mana, and Pravhash. So in Vipralamba, we have to understand that this Vipralamba or separation helps nourish Sambhog. So when the lover and the beloved meet, this is called Yukta, or being connected, Sambhog. And previous to their meeting, this is called Ayukta, not connected. So whether connected or not connected, this ecstatic emotion arises due to not being able to embrace and kiss each other. That is known as Vipralamba. Prabhupada gives us three separate, actually five, but three mentioned here. In Purva Rag, when the lover and the beloved have a distinct feeling of not meeting each other, that stage is called Purva Rag, or preliminary attraction. In the Padyavali, Radharani told her companion, "My dear friend, I was just going to the bank of the Yamuna. And all of a sudden, a very nice boy, whose complexion is like a dark blue cloud, became visible in front of my eyes. He glanced over me in that way. He glanced over me in a way that I cannot describe. But since this has occurred, I am sorry that I can no longer engage my mind in the duties of my household affairs. This is an example of Purva Rag, or preliminary attraction for Krishna. So, the Srimad Bhagavatam gives another example between Krishna and Rukmini. The Rupa Goswami here. Next, we will go on and have a little taste of mana, anga. As far as mana or anga is concerned, there is the flowing incident described in Gita Govinda. When Srimati Radharani saw Krishna enjoying himself in the company of several other girls, she became a little jealous because a special prestige was being dimmed. Therefore, she immediately left the scene and took shelter in a nice flower bush where the black drones were humming. Then, hiding herself behind the creepers, she began to express her sorrow to one of her consorts. So, this is an instance of seeming disagreement or anger. And pravhasha. Lastly, pravhasha, separation caused by physical distance. So, pravhasha occurs when the beloved is far away. So the Padyavali illustrates an example that Srimati Radharani's pravhasha separation from Krishna. Since the auspicious day when Krishna left for Mathura, Srimati Radharani has been pressing her head on one of her hands and constantly shedding tears. Her face is always wet now, and therefore there is no chance of her sleeping even for a moment. Prabhupada explains that when the face becomes wet, the sleeping tendency is immediately removed. So when Radharani was always weeping for Krishna because of his separation, there was no chance of her getting any sleep for herself. So here's the additional for Purva Rag that is mentioned in Bhagavatam, Krishna to Rukmini. And again, Purva Rag is separation prior to first meeting. Rukmini, Krishna told the messenger Brahman who came from Rukmini, my dear Brahmana, just like Rukmini, I cannot sleep at night, and my mind is always fixed on her. I know that her brother Rukmi is against me, and that due to his persuasion, my marriage with her has been cancelled. And the additional for Pravhash, separation caused by physical distance. In the Prahlad Samhita, Uddhava says that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, panic-stricken due to being pierced by the arrows of Cupid, is always thinking of you, gopis, and he is not even accepting his regular lunch, nor is he getting any proper rest. So all this is within Vipralamba. Lastly, as Srila Rupa Goswami begins to wind down this topic, we end with the topic of Sambhog, or the meeting of Radha and Krishna. This is when the lover and beloved come together and enjoy one another by direct contact. This stage is called Samrog. So in the Padyavali gives this example that Krishna embraced Srimati Radharani in such an expert manner that he appeared to be celebrating the dancing ceremony of the peacocks. Srila Rupa Goswami ends on the 37th verse saying, "May the eternal soul who has the beautiful form of cowherd boy and who spreads the bhavas to Rama and other forms be pleasing with his western section of the ocean of nectar. May Sanatan, who nourishes the bhava of Gopal Bhatta and distributes the bhava of Raghunath Das, be pleased with this western section." So finally, we end with the western ocean, fifth wave, Sri Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Srila Prabhupada writes, Srila Rupa Goswami ends, Srila Rupa Goswami thus ends the fifth wave of his ocean of the nectar of devotion. He offers his respectful obeisances unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appears as Gopal, the eternal form of the Lord. Please let us meditate now. Radha and Krishna in the mood of Madhurya Bhav. Lastly, I would like to ask everyone to please, whether your mic's off or on, loudly chant with me. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
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 Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama,
Rama.
Hare Hare.
Thank you very much. So, plan here.
Prahlad Prabhu, you are well known for your presentation. I don't have to tell anyone, they already know. You always do such a fantastic job. Thank you, Prabhu. It was really wonderful. Our
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare
end
Krishna.
is very good, complete. End is very complete. Both presentation, Mother Padmini's and Prahlad Prabhu's, very nice. And I didn't even realize this end is with Madhurjya Rasa. So it's very, very complete. Very complete. Prabhus and mothers, warning coming next week. Well, not warning, actually, Gauna Rasa. Now you have heard all these 5 primary rasa. How roti becomes sthai bhav with ingredients become rasa. Everybody expertly, repeatedly expressed, hopefully pierced through your heart, and you will never forget that. Next week, we'll have a Gauna Rasa, and Gauna Rasa, you will have all this beautiful explanation of Brajavashi's reciprocation with Krishna, or even Dwarka or other places, but we mostly focus on Brajadham. What is jubilation? What is anger? There are little difference because Sthai Bhav remain in the back, and one of the secondary rasa takes the lead. So that's why they are called Gauna Rasa. And Prahladananda Prabhu is here, and his team cheering up to give us nourishment from Monday till 19th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. 4 days. 4 days. And then Friday, next Friday, we'll have everybody will express what is their original purpose. You join this group, and did you get, how far did you get? Your purpose to hear the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So that will be on Friday. I would request everybody to bring at least 1 or 2 minutes or 1 paragraph, something that you share with all of us. This Gona Rasa will be wonderful, but Gona Rasa will be ending with the warning of what is not proper Rasa. It's called Aparasa. And also mix when you are inappropriate or appropriate mix Rasa also can be confusing. In other words, you can say compatible, incompatible Rasas. So that will be also presented by Prahladananda Prabhu's group. And I would request Prahladananda Prabhu, you can post. And the final warning will be Rasabas. What is not Rasa, but it may appear like a Rasa. We have to guard ourselves. Okay, with that note, I would ask somebody to, what do you take away from Mother Padmini Devi's presentation and Prahlad Prabhu's presentation? I really appreciate Prahlad Prabhu for sure. So I would like to hear from some devotee also. How was Prahlad Prabhu's presentation?
I'll go first, Hare Krishna. Jai. I don't know how I'm going to function in the mundane world after hearing these wonderful, putting you in the mood. If I'm just take you right there. So how do we function after this? You know, it was just so wonderful, so beautiful. Thank you so very much for the invocation and the prayer in the beginning. That just puts you in the mood. You set us up, dear heart. Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. I just don't know what I'm going to do after we hang up. You know, do I go to work or what? Hare Krishna. Hari Bol, thank you so much.
I'm glad that purpose is fulfilled. That was the purpose. That your mind and heart in Vrindavan, but your body can be in America.
Jai, Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. Very, very wonderful.
Yes.
Today was ecstatic. Every day is ecstatic. But today you just really touched my heart with the, just putting me right there. Thank you so much. Hari Bol.
Put the icing on the cake. That's good. Okay. Anyone else?
Then the Pranam Prabhuji, Haribol, then what to everyone. Both presentations were excellent today. Erudite scholarship expressed in both this. Prahlad Prabhu's discourse was really for very high doctorate degrees like that. But anyway, you know, whatever little we can understand, Lord Krishna is going to reciprocate and pull us up, pull all of us into his lila someday with this, you know, our satsang and all that. It's so exhilarating, you know, that we are enjoying this even at very primary stage. But we are all, I don't know others, but myself, we are still so much submerged in materialism and, you know, material concepts and all that. But anyway, this satsang is bringing us every day little higher, like that. And we aspire to reach Lord Krishna's service in his eternal pastimes. Thank you very much.
I agree with you, Prahladananda Prabhu. Thank you. That's true. That's true. Mother Padma Devi. I don't call out like this, but Mother Padma Devi. How did you like Prahlad Prabhu's presentation?
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. First, Mother Padmini, congratulations to you. It was so wonderful. You know, Pran Govind Prabhu said, give some, give some nourishment. And he's expecting us to give something extra to the class besides what they have learned. How could we do that to people like you, to person like Prahlad, to our Prahladanand Prabhu, to so many of you, so to our Purushottam Das Prabhu, to our Radhika Sundari. All of these people know so much. And then I'm saying I'm thankful for today, for hearing all these presentations, that God has put me in this situation and given me the leadership of these people. So I won't be able to teach, but I am thankful and I'm so proud that I'm part of this group to learn from it. Little bit, whatever I know, I'll be able to tell, but that's what I've gotten from this. Prahlad Prabhu is in a different league. I don't know where he gets these beautiful pictures to depict in these pastimes. I have no idea. He needs to tell us. Hari Bol.
Wonderful. Thank you, Mother Padma Devi. Mother Padmini Devi, would you respond, Mother Padma Devi's and Prahlad Prabhu? We cannot hear you.
Thank you, Prabhu. The presentation was really mesmerizing because I was in a different mood, immersed in that mood, and suddenly Prabhu's program started, and slowly, it was like a wave. He just slowly passed on from one stage to another stage, and finally, when we ended up, as you told, it's a rising wave, and when it was over, it was dropping down. The emotion, that kind of emotion I felt, that was really this is the final wave of the chapter. And it was really the final wave. I just felt it in the heart. It was so heartwarming, Prabhu. I thank him so much. And thank you so much for giving this kind of nourishment. And this is really a different type of enjoyment. I thank Prabhu for this wonderful presentation. That the quotings he did and the important points that he took and how he explained was really amazing, Prabhu. Thank you very much. I seek his blessings.
Thank you. Thank you. Prahlad Prabhu.
Hari Bol, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you, Mother Padmini. When I heard your presentation, I was so much captivated to understand Mother Yashoda's position. At the moment, because I am an uncle, I share a little responsibility at home of taking care of my niece. So I did not have much focus. I wish I had more focus and attention. So much details could have gone into. So thank you so much, Mother Padmini. Your presentation was so wonderful. Thank you so much to all these other devotees. Can I humbly request all the Vaishnavas here, please benedict my little niece, Raya Vritika Ramnarayan, with your mercy, that every day she comes into my room just to hear these classes, just to come on uncle's lap to take rest. So I am praying that she could get some of your mercy. Please, benedict her.
Okay, let us chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Prahlad Prabhu's niece. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Rama,
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 Hare Hare.
Wonderful. Thank you. I really appreciate all of you. Such a wonderful group. I don't know if there is a better group exist in this world, but only Krishna knows. But I'm very happy. So without dragging anymore, we can close here unless someone wants to say something more. And looking forward to see you all next Monday.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hey, Thakur Prabhu. Yes, your presentation was also very good. I posted. Oh, I don't know if I posted in both sides.
I saw it. Yes. So I must confess that the presentation was so good that I fell asleep partly through it. But what I got from the two presentations was so wonderful, and I'm happy that we are able to meet in this fashion, because nowhere else in the world you would have this kind of nectar being spoken to and being listened to. So I'm happy to have joined the group. And I'm very grateful for all the other presenters, really. And also a reminder that that last presentation, it should not be just discussed just, ordinarily. It's topmost. So we have to reach a certain level.
Yes.
So I'm reminded. So thank you guys, Prabhu and Matadis, for your presentation. And for Prabhu for directing the program. So gratitude as usual. Thanks for the Sangha. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Thakur Prabhu. Even though you are, I don't know, how far are you from America? How far? Where is your?
I'm from Miami. I'm like an hour and 20-30 minutes by plane.
20 minutes by plane. Oh, it's not
An
that
hour
far.
and 20 minutes. An hour and 20 minutes.
1 hour, 20 minutes. Okay.
Yes.
So it's not that far.
And from New York, it's 3.5 hours.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you, Thakur.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, thanks for the. Yeah, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Mother Sankari Devi, would you like to say something?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu. I would just say that I'm so glad that the last chapter went to Prahlad Prabhu. I think the way he presented it, it was just fantastic. Today was an exceptionally wonderful day from Vatsalya to Madhurya, and then how Prahlad Prabhu concluded the whole thing, bringing us back, as Mother Padmini said, bringing us back to the level where it was just a whole circle, 360 degree. And yes, I'm so glad that Prahlad Prabhu took that chapter, because I think he did, only he could have done the justice to that thing. And so, yeah, it was beautiful, Prabhu. Thank you so very much. Your expressions, I think the way you were narrating each and every example, the bhav was so apparent, and it just took us on that journey with you. So thank you so much, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Prahlad Prabhu, would you respond that, or we can go?
Dandavat Pranam Mata. Thank you for your kind words. That sometimes I desire to hear further from Pran Govinda Prabhu. Because of his mercy and your mercies, my hearing, just hearing that these pastime enters into my heart, and within, I'd search, want to express. Sometimes I am not able to speak, but through these photos, through certain verses, moments, this expression could be shared. I'm not an eloquent speaker, but one day I hope to be by your mercy, Mother. Thank you. Thank you very much.
That's nice. Thank you, Prahlad Prabhu. Okay, with that note, we can all close here, and looking forward to see you all on Monday to hear Prahladananda Prabhu's group presentation. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Pancha Kalpataru Veshya Kipa Sindhu Vibhjo Patitanam Ananta Koti Vaishnav Brinda ki Jai Shila Prabhupada ki